tell me I should be grateful. They tell me I should be patient. But homie, there's no time for waiting.
It is My Plate, My Canvas podcast. So if you go onto YouTube, you literally, if you don't have the link, you can search My Plate, My Canvas podcast. Podcast has to be on there, and you can find it, like it, subscribe, and share, because the love of the game is collaboration, loving and sharing, and just building beautiful friendships and relationships. So a plate is just a plate, a canvas is just a canvas, until what, Chef?
Until you put something on it. Presentation is everything, and that is so important. You eat with your eyes, and when you see it, you believe it. You want to taste it. That's what this is all about. But this platform is just a little bit more than that. I mean, we're talking about food, art, entertainment. We're talking about the culture. We talk about anything on here. Just like the song say, let's talk about it. So that's why we're doing this tonight. This is a different segue. We just kind of like twisted it a little bit. We did a little cooking demo first, and now we're coming at y'all with some just personal, not personal, but just a little one-on-one with Chef T. Will, and get it up and raw and exclusive. Yeah.
So, Chef, at what age do you remember being in the kitchen, and who with that actually just inspired how, and based on the actual, what type of heritage of food that you specialize in prior to covering?
I have so many stories, but first I'm gonna start off, because 9 times out of 10, if a chef is sharing their story, it goes back to childhood, right? And my childhood growing up with my family, my mom, my dad, being raised by my grandmother, because, my mom used to drop me off in the mornings and go to work. And my grandmother was a great cook. I didn't know anything about, of course, cooking, as a toddler. All I knew was that she used to just feed me and made sure that I was fed and everything, before my mom came and picked me up. Every day, from when I was a baby, from a toddler to when I was able to go to elementary school, all the way up until high school, like 9th grade, my grandmother had the same routine, where before I started school, because I used to stay at her house. And again, I'm 5 years old. I mean, I've gotten a little older, and I used to wonder, like, how she cooked the food. She'd be like, T, you hungry? I'm like, yeah, Grandma, I'm hungry. Because she fed me like clockwork every day. But she'll go in there and prepare a meal. And I used to wonder, like, as I got older, how did she used to make the food so fast? Not because she didn't know what she was going to cook. It's just that it was the method of how she made the food. It was the preparation of how she made the food. And cast iron skillets, Crisco light with lard, and gas stove, which was very important. And that was the magic of how she used to cook. Now, my grandmother was a great cook, and I just want to talk a little bit about my mom, because my mom was a great cook. My mom was a cook, and I used to eat her food after 5 o'clock, because when she picked me up at 4:30, we get home 6 o'clock. My grandmother fed me.
I'm a mom here, so I know. Yeah, high five too, because I'm a mother.
No, because my grandmother fed me.
This is inspiring for me.
With every meal, we had cornbread too. I can't forget that.
I was gonna ask.
My nickname should be cornbread or corn or something.
There's something on your webpage, your website, which y'all are gonna learn about because it's amazing. Oh, kudos on the website.
Thank you so much.
Kudos.
We'll share a link with them so they can go
absolutely
and check out the website. Where book is coming soon. I've been procrastinating, but that's something else we'll talk about later. But the cornbread was like a staple. That was like the main thing. And she used to make the cornbread in these aluminum tin pans.
Yes.
You know why? Because sweet potato pies were baked prior. She'll save the pans, the aluminum pans that the pie crust came in.
Wow.
And she'll bake her cornbread inside that, right? Okay. So she made the best cabbage in the world. I still right now today cannot mimic how she made that cabbage. She used to make a dish, and I heard Dad talk about this earlier, like her mom gonna open up a can and there's like this yucky, like salmon or whatever, but that was one of the best meals my grandmother ever made was salmon and rice.
Salmon and
with
rice.
Cabbage, and we used to have cornbread with it. Fried chicken. If she made fried chicken, right? She make biscuits. She make fried chicken. And say for instance, like, okay, my mom pulled up. T, come on, your mom here, let's get ready to go. She'll send me out the door with 3 wings and a biscuit and aluminum foil.
Man, that's what I took home from Bojangles, so hey.
Well, I got this at Johnny May house. And when I tell you that was the best fried chicken that you ever want to taste, the best biscuits you ever want to taste, and I'm sitting in the back seat like, oh, at 6, 7 years old, I'm sitting up there like, but it was beautiful because I did not know until later that I was being fed by some of the greatest cooks you ever want to meet.
Wow.
My dad is the first one that ever taught me how to use a knife.
Wow.
My dad is one of those cooks. He's like a silent assassin when it comes down to cooking. Like he'll put like everything out of the refrigerator in a pot with rice, and I'm talking about it'll come out so delicious, and he'll call that his dirty rice.
Yes, I love dirty rice.
He'll call it his dirty
Back to
rice.
Bojangles, because that's what I ate every day growing up. But my family was still together.
Right. But I used to love Friday nights. My family always used to have we always used to have get-togethers and stuff like that, whether if it was at my auntie. And I'm not leaving anybody out because everybody in my family was a great cook.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about these dishes, and I have a lot more dishes to talk about when it comes down to my family because everybody in my household was a good cook. Everybody that from my aunts to my uncles to cousins were great cooks. I mean, we were raised in Florida, Floridian style cooking, Southern style cooking. We ate fried conch, we ate stewed conch, we ate ball fish and grits. My dad taught my grandmother how to make ball fish and grits, which is one of the best things you ever want to eat. Bahamian dish made with the grouper heads, the fish.
I think we need to go on
broth.
some more part 1s again.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I haven't heard of some of this stuff.
But this is, again, something that I've been procrastinating about because I want to share.
You've not been procrastinating.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm going to keep it 100 because the book that I'm working on and from all the notes and the vision board and everything is going to be from everybody's kitchen in my family. So we're going to have Johnny May's kitchen. We're going to have Papa's kitchen, Grandma Jones' kitchen, Aunt Connie's kitchen. And my Aunt Connie, that's like my second mom. That's
what's
like
her
my
best
mom.
dish?
Hackahony and cheese.
Hackahony. Can you, y'all want to
I'm
know?
going to tell you why.
Let him break it down for us.
I'm going to tell you why I call it hackahony and cheese. Because
Yes.
as a toddler, I didn't know how to pronounce macaroni.
Ah!
So
Love it.
I used to say, can I have some hackahony and cheese, please?
Hackahony.
And my Aunt Connie, she used to make some of the best flanking. That's like short ribs. I mean, when it's cut, you got the 3-4 bones.
Ooh.
She used to make some of the best flanking. And these are the things I remember
Flanking just sounds
from
so
her kitchen.
close to us.
They used to smother it in a nice gravy. So these are the things I remember from her kitchen. But her macaroni and cheese was like, oh my God. So, and we got my grandmother, mom, my dad, mother, that she was a little bit more on like her conservative side of cooking because she ate like she ate royal. She didn't eat like, you know what I'm saying?
She said, I am queen status
Yeah.
and I will cook as such.
Yeah, we're having like, soft scrambled eggs with chives and blueberry muffins with a bowl of fruit. You go to Johnny May, hey, listen, you go to Johnny May house, oh heck no, you're gonna have corned beef hash with eggs.
Look, I
grits.
like that too. Yeah, let's take on the
All that good
diversity.
stuff.
It's such diversity in your family.
It's it is.
With
a big
even like when it comes to my plate, his canvas as a cook. So it's like your own family has their own, like you have a legacy, but you each have your own flavor.
Everybody got their own
Flavor
flavor.
Flav.
Right, and and another thing too is my dad, growing up as a kid, especially on Friday nights, those are very special nights. And the reason why Friday nights were very special nights is because we used to all eat as a family. At the dinner table, he'll clear the table, and he'll fry butterfish, or he'll fry mullet, or he'll fry perch. We'll have his famous, I actually forgot what he called these potatoes, but he used to make these potatoes that I'm making right now for my clients. And they always say, God, man, boy, hey, man, those potatoes good.
Smothered?
It's hard to explain these potatoes, but they're made with red potatoes. Cut them, we boil them. And what he'll do is he'll saute like peppers and onions, right?
Wow.
And he'll add those potatoes back to those peppers and onions. And what he'll do is he'll add a little bit of water. He'll make almost like a sauce, and then he'll add ketchup, paprika, seasoning, salt, pepper, and everything. And what he'll do is he'll push it down almost like if it was a hash, and he'll make it like crispy at the bottom. And when he scoop it out,
my mouth is watering during the transition. I got no samplers.
When he scoop it out the pan and put it on the plate with that butterfish, a side salad.
Oh no. Just stop right there.
Some corn.
Woo. I can't do it. My stomach is
Love you,
growling.
Dad.
Shout
Man,
out to
listen.
Pops.
Even right now today, he'll call me like, hey man, I was watching Food Network and Cooking Channel, and I saw it. They came across this thing, man. I'm gonna try to make it. And one day, years ago, he made a collard green lasagna. Never heard of that job before in my life. Same way you make a lasagna, but instead, when he put the meat sauce and the pasta, he'll have braised collard greens that he'll put on top of the ricotta cheese. Oh my God. It's almost like a vegetable lasagna.
Sign me up.
So these are just some of the little things.
He's going to put it together in a book.
Yeah.
And we'll all be able to get it.
And that's going to be coming from Papa's kitchen. Because like I said, everybody had a kitchen. I'm not going to do the whole book when they start talking about, chapter 1, chapter 2, meats, poultry, and all that kind of stuff. No, we're not doing that. And I don't want to start a book where I am today. I want to take you back and then move you forward.
Absolutely. Because we want them good dishes, because food just does not taste the same as it once did in general. So chef, because we covered a little bit in segment 1 about yeah.
I ain't, shout out to Johnson and Wales University.
So that's the formal degree in culinary arts came from. And then he also shared with us in the first segment how he worked at hotels and worked at different restaurants and was chef, line chef. I mean, working his way up in this industry. I want to ask you now about you as the CEO of Chefs by Nature, which you can learn about on his website. Tell me what you feel is your greatest assignment up to this point, or accomplishment up to this point in your career as the CEO of many umbrellas.
My greatest accomplishment was being able to fulfill the needs of those who needed my service. That's like one of the biggest accomplishments, because this is not easy work. It's not easy what I do as a chef, and I'm still learning each and every day. And each client is not the same. Yeah. So I've had clients that was very driven on having a lot of parties and still have to take care of.
I actually, because it's public knowledge, I'm personally taking it there. So today, chef, why are you in North Carolina, and what does it look like, and who do you serve privately outside of the other many umbrellas and hats that you wear? So why are you in North Carolina? How did we even connect with
How am I able to sit up here and grace you in my presence?
yes. How are we in North Carolina? Because you're saying, you're transitioning back home. You've told us your journey of where your passion and your love came in for cooking. You told us about where you got your formal degree, the different styles of cooking, his favorite style of cooking. But tell us now what a normal year looks like for you.
A normal year?
A normal year, because what clients do you serve as your main clients?
Well, the reason I'm considered right now as a traveling chef.
Okay.
And my client who I'm with right now, we started off when I first started with him, after me traveling with another client that I was with from Boston, cooking for a basketball player. I wind up with my client now because I started working with him in the off season, and the opportunity approached me and was more like, hey, listen, I need you to come with me to North Carolina because I need my chef. And that's how I got here. I mean, because.
And what other city? How many years have you been traveling with your different clients?
I've been traveling with my clients. For
Miami Heat,
over
Carolina Panthers.
8 years. Like I've been with NBA players. I've traveled from from Florida to California. I've been Houston. I've been a couple of places, but
Boston, I think.
Yeah, I've been to Boston, which I love Boston. I love to go back to Boston.
Yes, Boston is amazing.
I almost enrolled in the Harvard. That's how much I love Boston.
Just to be in Boston, I love it.
Just to be in Boston, I almost enrolled in Harvard.
The Broadway shows, it's like the Broadway shows there too, the musicals.
Yeah, I just used to go sit in front of the front gate and be like, I almost enrolled in law school. Yeah. Anyway. But no, that was fun because my client that I was cooking for at the time, he was with the team, and we were working together, and this was all during COVID and all that kind of stuff. And everything started opening back up and things like that. He started going to we started working out. He started working them out. I started feeding them and everything and getting them back right. And he was like, "Man, listen, I need you to come to Boston." And I was like, "Let's do it," And that's how I wound up in Boston. We had a great time there. He was one of my clients that I didn't really have to look after as far as maintaining a strict diet or anything like that. I just pretty much just fed him. Sometimes I was making him meals at 3 o'clock in the morning because we'll just come from a game, and shout out to my boy Jay Rich. And we'll come back. It'd be like, after games, it'd be like 11, 12 o'clock in the morning. And he'd be like, yo, T, you know what I'm saying, man, you hook it up. Because I already knew because I went to every game. So I already knew when I come back, you know what I'm saying?
Still go to every game.
And I know. But when I come back, you know what I'm saying, I'm still working. So I got to feed my guy. And I'm cooking like sliders. I'm making wings. I'm making like stuffed twice baked potatoes. And because he ate like a dorm. He ate, but he loved what he liked. So I made sure that he was accommodated. But as far as traveling and dealing with these clients, I'm here in Charlotte right now because I am with my guy Brian Burns that played for the Carolina Panthers, and we had to maintain his weight. We had to keep him at least at 265 coming into the season, coming into training camp. We did that. I accomplished that, and these are the things that I look forward to. Those are the challenges that I have to face. Because I can't just go in. People think, when you see me on Instagram or whatever, they see me cooking these foods. But no, behind the scenes, I'm making sure that my guy is well fed. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys don't cook for themselves.
I've personally
he don't eat out. He don't eat out.
Yes, it's very from just meeting, having getting things rolling with the podcast, assisting, collaborating with the team, things like that. I don't think I have ever seen someone with a drive and work ethic as I have you, excluding my father, which is a very huge statement for me to say. Love you, Daddy. Huge statement for me to say.
Right. So
I know firsthand how, You are very strict. You are very routine. Your clients come first. And
Just say
that
it.
is
Just say it. I
beautiful.
can be an asshole. Just say it. I can be a butthole. Just say it.
I will hold my peace, but I'm not going anywhere. But
I
it's
have my
quite-
moments. I'm not finna listen. Everybody know that. Everybody that know me know that I have my moments.
Listen, I just asked God to teach me patience
I'm
and
able
look.
to a certain degree because you know why?
Presentation is everything.
But yeah, absolutely. But as a chef, when I was trained in this field,
Hey, guys.
I worked around a lot of chefs that were very militant
Yes.
and already having some of that in me from Joan and James, my parents, especially James. It's almost like, sheesh.
And I come from the world of legit, running 5 early childhood child development centers for 15 years. So I dealt with everything, setting up everything, not knowing. So I talk and explain by teaching. And so the dynamics can be pretty interesting at times, wouldn't you say? But we both, it goes each way. And so earlier I had to say, look, it would be a boring world if we were all giraffes.
Oh my God. Are you really going
I'm
there
really
right now
going
with this
there.
whole thing about the giraffe?
Yes,
But I
because
already
that's
know that we're all not alike. I already know that.
exactly.
But my thing is this right here.
He can be an a-hole, and I don't say those words. We're gonna leave
I
it
know
at
that's
that.
what she's thinking it though. But it's all good. It's all good because
I'll go put it in the trash can.
I like what I like what I like. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Exactly.
okay, when you know what you want. Sometimes
Absolutely.
I can come in and, you know what I'm saying, and like, throw a monkey wrench or something. But
Every time.
the best part about that is waking up to Folgers. No, I'm just joking.
Folgers in your cup.
Yeah, 'cause I gotta have my
Hold
coffee.
on, oh yes, this is my coffee from 11 o'clock
But
this
no,
morning.
but seriously, it's almost like, again, going back to how I was raised and how I was taught when I was in school. All the hotels and restaurants that I worked there with with a lot of different personalities.
Absolutely.
I worked with chefs that was from Germany, Denmark, and these places that look at you almost like you fucking bloody wanker. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell, like really like cursing you out and talking trash. Not that I wanted to pick that up and develop it, but it just made me more detailed and
tough, to a sense.
yeah. And then you got to have tough skin in this business.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I chose, and that's like one of the reasons why I said, you know what, I'm done with corporate. Because I got tired of doing things their way. And I used to have a lot of chefs come to me and be like, I don't think you're in the right place. Because it's almost like this is like you trying to make this yours. Not that I was trying to make it mine.
But
it's just
your
that
name
I
is
was,
added to that, correct?
Yeah. But it's not like I was trying to make anything mine. It
Exactly.
was more that I was trying to do it and do it to the highest expectation.
And okay, so that is so incredible that he went there, because I think a lot of us that are entrepreneurs, we are visionaries. What are your thoughts on how often we in the corporate world working for someone else, how often do you feel that we are judged as trying to take over, even though you indicate team, you indicate, that's just your work ethic showing up. So I understand that, but that vibe and that feeling, like you get to a certain point.
I think it's just that you got to know where, where you get it, where you fit in. And I came up with something today, and it's on my phone, yesterday, and it's on my phone. I was holding a conversation with one of my good friends. He's a chef. Shout out to Chef Stephen Beatty. Him and I were having a conversation. And we were talking about the culinary industry with the chefs that's out here today, that you're not always going to be selected to work with certain chefs or be a part of what they have going on. So I came up with this thing, and he was like, oh man, I'm gonna steal that. If you don't use it, I'm gonna use it. And I use it as making a dish, like if it was a recipe. I made a watermelon salad, right? And you can pretty much put, a person can follow the recipe, put whatever they want in there. But if the recipe don't call for truffle oil, then why put truffle oil in it? So sometimes I feel like truffle oil in this industry. I don't necessarily have to fit in certain dishes. So what I do is I create my own recipe, I create my own dish. So what I mean by what I'm saying is that I started my podcast, right? I have my granola business that that I have to continue
Y'all, hold on.
to
It is the absolute best. All right.
Manna Granola.
Manna Granola.
So I don't have to fit in that pot with those other chefs. Now, if they call me and they want to collaborate, I'll do it. Just like my guys over at Jimmy Pearl's, remember?
Yes.
And
shout out Chef Daryl.
We went over there and we had a great time with them, and I'm gonna go and support those guys and stuff like that. So if chefs call me to be a part of their what's going on, I'm showing up.
Absolutely.
I'm showing up the right way, showing up ready to work, do whatever it is I have to do. If they don't call and they're doing their thing, and that's another reason why social media is sometimes you can get caught up, because you see what's going on out here. And you see, but you're wondering like, damn, man, what I'm saying? Like, I could be a part of that. I can do that or whatever. Most of the times it's not meant to be. So that's why I say I will create my own dish, my own recipe. And if I feel like them as an ingredient can be a part of what this dish is going to taste like,
absolutely,
I'll add them to the pot. I'll add them to the dish, right?
Shake it up.
And the method of preparation is, is a different thing altogether as well, because you have the dish, you have the recipe, and then you have the method of preparation. So that's when it comes to like preheat your oven, add, this to the bowl, take this out, all that kind of stuff. So sometimes you have to move that way in this field because you're not meant to be in everybody's method of preparation.
Absolutely. So let's see here. Is it okay if we ask any of our joins if they have any questions?
Yeah, that's
hey
what we're here
guys,
for.
So we're going to open it up for a little bit for collaboration. If you have any questions that you want to ask Chef as we're sitting here, please just put them in the comments. And as we continue rolling for a few more minutes, I'll make sure to look back and we can get those questions answered for you. Thank you so much for joining.
And this is going to be up on our YouTube channel, My Plate, My Canvas. Y'all go in my bio, click the link.
We'll have all
subscribe.
The deets below.
Everything is going to be there. And this is just, again, the beginning of something that's new. And I think...
And it's fun.
Yeah, it is.
So we all have our different hats that we wear in the entrepreneur world. What's your favorite dish to make? Yes, in the entrepreneur world. And this is a fun one. This is something he based off of his love and his passion. So this is a fun one when we have that serious work that goes on too. So
wait, hold on. That's A guy. A guy know what my favorite dish is to make.
A guy.
I got a story that I did. A guy was doing this thing called On a Monday. Right?
On a Monday.
That's my girl. Shout out to A guy. She's a very dope soul. She's a model. She's a stylist.
Beautiful.
She do her thing.
I'm gonna have to check you out, love.
So she used to do this thing called On a Monday, and we did it in a small. Shout out to my boy Carlos. We did it in his spot where it was very tight, and we didn't. I didn't have a whole lot to cook with, so I used to have these little burners and like flat tops and stuff like that. I used to make some of the best kicked up grilled cheese sandwiches, kimchi grilled cheese sandwiches, Italian style grilled cheese sandwiches. I used to do all that kind of stuff.
So good.
And listen, people used to always come back and be like, hey man, when y'all gonna do such and such again? So shout out to my girl A guy. But again, A guy, my favorite dish to make is every dish that I make. I don't have a signature dish. Every dish that I make is signature because you know why? It's special to me.
Wow.
Love.
Wow. We need you back. Hey, guy.
Soon and very soon.
Let me tell you.
But while I'm here, I'm taking most of the time to spend here. And Bethany and I have been, what, 3 months?
Yes. So how did that, our conversation met over a conversation about church.
Wait, no.
Okay. I'm wrong. Hold on.
No.
Because when I show up to work, I show up to work.
Actually, I was going upstairs to do my first podcast with Sean.
Ah, yes.
And you were the concierge at the museum
private
towers.
luxury concierge.
She was a
company,
concierge.
Contracted.
And of course, y'all can see her energy, that she wasn't just concierging.
Oh no,
she was
because it's my
concierging
signature.
and actually networking at the same
But
time.
that's not networking to me. That's who I am. I love people.
No, you're right. But what I'm saying is
That's why I'm in the field of hospitality.
We were trying to get the information for the phone and everything. You took my phone and was like, oh, if you want to do this, just clear all this stuff out and do all this. And it did come later until you were more like, you know what, let's collaborate. Let's do this. I can help you with this. I can help you with that and everything else. And I mean, I think that's how it started.
Absolutely. From kind of like how I work, it comes from a sense of intuition and relying and surrendering my life. And I could tell that there was something very unique.
And God-fearing, of course.
Absolutely. And I could tell, like...
Without God, we wouldn't even be here today.
No,
we wouldn't be doing this.
No, absolutely not. Shout out to our Big Daddy upstairs, because I tell you what, he's good all the time. So, any more questions? Let's see here. Where can I go to get one of your good dishes? Karen, my mother.
Oh.
Hi, Mommy. Sorry, shout out.
We have some.
My daddy can't be here, so my mommy.
We have some to-go boxes, and I'm sure that Bethany will bring you something after all this is over.
Absolutely, Mom. I love you. Yes, any more questions?
There might be some.
Chef, when you're going to add me to your dish, how can I support your apron line? Tea time _ 4.0.
Earl, you already know you're my guy. A lot of the stuff that we're talking about, a lot of the stuff that's going to be taking place in 2024
strategically
is going to be on my website. I am back home again, like we talked about earlier, with the mentoring program. Also, I'm starting a golf program that's going to help the community kids in the community not just learn how to play football, but they're going to learn how to play the game of golf. Because 9 times out of 10, once they get to the big league as far as being professional athletes, they always come back to the golf club. They always want to know how to swing the golf clubs. So what I will do is I will start them off at a young age, start them off now, how to play the game of golf. And shout out to my sis Yvonne Everett. Shout out to
Sweets 1228. I'm so proud of you, my bestie for over 30 years.
Yeah, that's my girl Terry from back home.
Hi,
that's like
Terry.
My childhood, like everything, my friend, my bestie, my
Chicago food scene. Huge fan. Hope I can try your food one day.
Hey, listen, Chicago. I love Chicago. I think I'm gonna go and visit Chicago every year. Shout out to Chi-Town. I'm even watching the Chi each season, every episode right now today. So shout out to my guy Eric Williams, that's the chef and owner, executive chef of Virtue. I love that restaurant. It's so hard to get in there, but I was able to get in. But Chicago is so beautiful, man. Yes. I love the food scene there. But one of the things that I want to bring, and even if somebody want to be
Chicago food scene says that they are the best.
Hey, listen, hands down. If y'all know Chef Eric, I always, I DM him, a couple of times. I mean, he even got me in where I was able to go there and have a nice meal. I was there for a Chicago game a couple of months ago.
Yes.
But man, listen, that's what I do when I come to places like, even if I'm here in Charlotte. I don't just sit back. I just go out and I just try to explore. I try to see what's going on in the food scene, and see what's new and what's out here. And I build relationships. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Building relationships. I don't like burning bridges. That's why I said if people want to deal with me, if they want to work with
me,
more power to it. Shout out to my family back home, the Lornas, my boy Matari, my brother. Shout out to everybody that's out there that's in my circle. Yes. I got an event coming up on the 27th. That's going to be at Lorna's. Shout out to my brother Winston Lee with Cuff Design, and we're going to do a nice dinner and denim, where we're going to and I'm going to introduce my Southern menu from Brothers W. That's like my pop-up menu, where I have I got a lot of nice Southern dishes on there. Just like I made the watermelon salad tonight, and I did the fried salmon sliders, and I got some other interesting things that we're going to put on there. I was going to get to the shrimp toast, but I think I'm going to just leave it alone right now. I guess I'm kind of tired.
Listen, he's tired.
I will take a picture. I will take a picture of it and post it, and just know that, that y'all was able to be a part of it. And when y'all see it, like it, share it.
Yes.
And that's what's important to me.
So I think one of the biggest things. Good job, Chef.
What else I did? Thank you.
Hold on. Yes, thank you, everybody. And I just want to finish out by saying that
Chi-Town. I love Chicago, man.
Living Softly, Jerry Mack. We have A Guy. Maybe it can happen there. Top Golf in Pompano Beach just opens.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, but what we do is we have in the city of Miami Gardens, if anybody know about Rolling Oaks Park, they're going to be putting a mini golf course
They
over
say they
in that
still
area.
talk about your sandwich. A Guy said they still talk about your sandwich.
Oh, see? Yeah, they were fine.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
Appreciate
you.
it. Yeah, but so I got more information that's going to be coming out about the golf program this summer.
That's why he is reintroducing himself.
That's right.
Because Chef T. Will is his brand, and we're going to share his website. You can go there to get all of his information. It's going to be continually being updated currently, because you can see just by this and how much he wanted to share. He shares with so many in real life on a daily basis while keeping up with his clients' needs. He is forever giving back. So you might not see his Facebook page that has everything else, because you know what? He's living out what everyone else is still just kind of maybe a little bit stuck in that COVID season where everybody became a chef, everybody became this and that.
I'm glad you said that.
Hold on. It's because it's real life, because I will tell you, there's days I can, there's days I can't. Right now, I'm in the middle of rebranding. So there's times that you're going to see people who are working in some pretty big leagues, and their page isn't going to look all fancy because they've not completely had the time through this transition from the pandemic and getting things, just while continuing to evolve and grow, right? So this man right here is the real deal. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. And this year, you are going to see what I promise you has already been envisioned for Chef T. Will and every single thing that comes up underneath it. Thank you for the support. Please like, share, subscribe right here at Chef T. Will on Instagram, IG. Right here, we are going to have this edited with a quick turnaround time. We will let you know through at Chef T. Will's Instagram when that actual podcast is ready to be found and it's uploaded to YouTube. Mm-hmm. We have so many hats we wear, and listen, the best is yet to come. So a plate is just a plate. Hold on.
If anybody on here that want to be a part of the podcast, please DM me, give me your information. We'll go ahead and get something set up where we can have a virtual interview or we can have a face-to-face interview. I want to be able to get your voice heard on this platform. Again, a plate is just a plate of canvas. This is canvas until you put something on it. Presentation is everything. This is not just for chefs. This is for people who do styling.
This is for people that's doing
art.
Yes.
This is for people that's out here in the entertainment business.
Entrepreneurs.
This is for entrepreneurs. This is a platform where you can get on and you can just talk. You can be yourself. We can lay back. We can chill. We can lean with it. We can rock with it. And we can just be who we are. That's it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank y'all for joining us tonight.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Chef.
Appreciate you.
Many blessings to you all. It's going to be a great year. Just know it takes blood, sweat, and tears. And you know what? You have greatness in you. Look at this man right here. Look, God truly blesses. So you just walk forward in love. Continue it out. Here we go. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you for joining. Episode 7. Talk to you later, people.